All right, back to it now. Food stamp spending, the SNAP programs, and all the rest. The amount of money being spent continues to explode. Explode. Now there's a big war over whether or not the SNAP program should be allowed to buy Coca-Cola and other similar products. We'll get to that as well. Matt Dickerson is Director of Budget Policy at the Economic Policy Innovation Center, EPIC. He joins me now. Matt, thank you for being here.
Morning, Steve. Thanks for having me.
All right, so food stamp spending, $100 billion increase. Now look, the SNAP program is important, food stamps are important, feeding people is important, but it smells a little bit rich to me. You think there needs to be reform as well. Tell me more.
There absolutely needs to be reform, and you're exactly right. We want to be able to help people who are truly disabled, truly
Sure.
in need. But President Biden completely expanded the program, massively increased benefits, and tried to bring in millions of non-disabled people to bring them onto welfare, and completely tried to waive the work requirements to help that are meant to try to get people back into the workforce and help them be more successful and provide for their families.
So when it comes to waste, fraud, and abuse, I can only imagine what the Democrats will say, what they'll scream on MSNBC and Chicken Noodle News. If there's a reduction in SNAP benefits, if there's a reduction in food stamps, they'll scream that, Donald Trump's trying to starve old people and kill children. I can see the headlines now. When the fact of the matter is there's waste, fraud, and abuse, and probably a hell of a lot of it, isn't there?
That's completely correct. I mean, the food stamp program is rife with waste, fraud, and abuse. I mean, they don't enforce the work requirements at all in states like California and New York. So we have 13 million able-bodied adults that are taking food stamp benefit without actually having to do anything and contribute to their society, to their community. We've got the government admits that 12% of food stamp spending is improper payments. In states like Alaska, more than half of food stamp benefits they admit are improper and going to the wrong people.
Yeah, so and they admit it. They know it. And what they to me, this is what's shocking. This is not unusual to hear this. Well, they know this is going on, but it's just too much to do anything about it. It's not too much to do anything about it. It's the American taxpayers, the working men and women of this country that are paying the price. Look, we want to look out for our neighbors who if their kids can't eat, we want to make sure they eat. We want to make sure that there's a food program at the school for the kids that aren't going to get another meal that day. That's for sure. But it's not that anymore. It's way beyond that, isn't it?
You're exactly right. And Congress has an amazing opportunity to work with President Trump. I mean, President Trump wants to look out for the American people, right? Like that's the electorate that brought him into office is people who care about America and want to contribute to society. And President Trump wants to protect them. But Congress, through this reconciliation bill that they're considering, that's going to advance President Trump's border security. We're going to cut taxes. We're going to drain the swamp. We have the great opportunity to reform food stamps, protect the American people who are truly needed, but actually protect the American taxpayer as well.
Yeah, here's a remarkable factoid. If no action is taken to reform this program, and every year over the next decade, spending on food stamps will exceed spending on the Department of Commerce, the Department of the Interior, the Environmental Protection Agency, and the Small Business Administration combined. How much do we spend on food stamps?
I mean, it's more than $100 billion a year. I mean, it's one of the largest programs in the entire federal budget. It's completely going out of control, and in large part because President Biden ignored the law. He unilaterally, overnight, increased benefits by executive order by 21%. And you never hear the media ever talk about President Biden's executive actions, right? There's all these court orders against President Trump trying to protect the Constitution and follow the law. But you never once heard the media talk about what President Biden did, unilaterally changed the formula overnight to increase benefits well in excess of inflation.
Did he, or did the auto pen just keep signing things for Joe Biden? I mean, it's a fair question because
it was the auto pen, right?
Yeah, we don't actually know what he signed and didn't sign. We don't know what he was aware of or was not aware of. And sadly, we're probably stuck and saddled with all of it, Matt, because there's no way to reverse field and go back and say, wait a second, he wasn't aware of this, because you'd have to have somebody on the inside actually tell the truth. That's not going to happen because then they'd be implicating themselves in criminal behavior. I'll give you the last word, Matt.
Yeah, that's right. And that's why we need Congress to fix the program. We need to reform it. As you mentioned at the top, the number one items that people buy with food stamps we know is junk food. It's not making America healthy again. We've got a great
So
opportunity to
let me
fix the
jump in there.
program,
What
get better
about that?
results.
I saw a whole lot of conservative commentators and influencers defending the spending of all that money. And then I see another footnote saying, well, Coca-Cola and others were paying these influencers. I mean, is there any place I could look besides right here in my own studio where I realize that it's honest and straightforward and above board? I mean, I wonder. I mean, these are people that I've read their comment. All of a sudden I'm thinking, wait a second, they're getting paid off to tell you how great it is for SNAP benefits to buy Coca-Cola by the cartload? Really?
Yeah, it's pretty disappointing. But you can check us out at epicforamerica.org. We're not on the dole. We just present the facts and we want to try to save the country.
Matt, I appreciate that. Say that website one more time.
epicforamerica.org.
epicforamerica.org. Really appreciate it. Thank you, sir, for being here. Matt Dickerson,
Thank
Director
you.
of Budget Policy at the Economic Policy Innovation Center. EPIC, there you have it. All right. Appreciate you being here as well every single day. We do. Because we need you. Without you, I'd be talking to myself, and Anthony would be ridiculing me, which would be a little embarrassing. Wolverine Water is Michigan's #1 pure water provider. That's right. WolverineWaterSystems.com, Michigan's best water. These systems are made in Michigan, manufactured by your neighbors, and then delivered to your doorstep by more of your neighbors. Yeah, WolverineWaterSystems.com is Michigan's best water treatment system solution. You tell Paul Mahaney I sent you on over, and he'll say, Gruber? I like that guy. Yeah, that's what he'll say. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back with sports. Hey, the Sweet 16 is all set. We'll talk about it coming up with Brock.